Now that we have discussed the two methods of reading the text, we really, before we tackle the SAT reading questions, we really need to know how to read. How to read, how to underline. Now, underlining is not for its own sake, but underlining means that you'll be focusing, figuring out the skeleton of the text, the main ideas, and then distinguish those main ideas from then the feeling, all the examples and so on. So this is extremely important. So if you go with the first method where you're first reading the text, by the end of the text, and right now I'm talking about the nonfiction, by the end of the text you have to know what is the main thesis of the author, and how the argument develops paragraph by paragraph, okay? So let's talk about this with an example from the SAT itself. So let's take as an example the second reading from practice test 1, the official practice test 1 of the SAT College Board tests. We are first going to discuss how to read and underline and figure out the main ideas of non-fiction text. So we have a second text, which is a social science text. So the first thing that you have to do is, of course, you have to read the little box above the text itself, because it might give you some very important information about the text, such as the author's name, the name of the text, and usually the name of the text is important because it reveals the main idea, so I would pay attention to it. So in this case we have money can't buy love, asymmetric beliefs about gift price and feelings of appreciation. So you immediately can see what this text is going to be about. So it's going to be about money in terms of how much a gift costs versus how much a gift is appreciated. So that already gives you quite a bit of information. Now think about the text as a whole. So you notice that the text is made up of paragraphs. In the case of the SAT, because it's 2 pages, it's usually 6-7 paragraphs, okay? So what is happening in these paragraphs? Where, this is my question for you, where are you supposed to get the main thesis of the text, or the main argument that the author makes? Where is that going to be? Well, maybe you guess correct. You are likely to find it in the very first paragraph. Okay, so let's look. In this case, this is our first paragraph, is 16 lines. So we can expect to find our main idea in the first paragraph. Usually what happens in the first paragraph is that the author introduces the topic generally, and very often they make their thesis or their argument towards the end of the paragraph. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Every day, millions of shoppers hit the stores in full force, both online and on foot, searching frantically for the perfect gift. Okay, so we have just a fact here. Last year, okay, here is another fact. a statistic. Last year, Americans spent over $30 billion at retail stores in the month of December alone. Aside from purchasing holiday gifts, most people regularly buy presents for other occasions throughout the year, including weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, graduation, baby showers. Okay, so far we just have the author informing us of the fact that gift buying is a very big thing in America, right? That millions of shoppers every year, and that there are all these holidays where 30 billion are spent just over Christmas and so on and so forth. Okay, so we just have some introduction, and then on line 9 we have an interesting sentence. This frequent experience of gift giving can engender ambivalent feelings in gift givers. Now we have something that is more like an argument, that so it's not just statistics, but we have an argument that actually buying all these gifts creates ambivalent, meaning contradictory feelings in the people who buy the gifts. And now we're going to see a development of this idea. Many relish the opportunity to buy presents because gift giving offers a powerful means to build stronger bonds with one's closest peers. Okay, so on the one hand, you love buying gifts. People love buying gifts because it's a way to build their connection with someone. On the other hand, at the same time, okay, pay attention to connecting words, linking words, because they show you how the argument develops. So you have on the one hand, and then on the other hand, or at the same time, which means that you're gonna be given like a different, opposing, alternative point of view. At the same time, many dread the thought of buying gifts. They worry that their purchases will disappoint. So I would say that the thesis begins here with this statement. So the thesis begins on line 9, and actually this is the main thesis statement, right? This frequent experience of gift giving can engender ambivalent feelings in gift givers. And then the rest is an explanation of what these ambivalent feelings are. So what are they? On the one hand, people love the opportunity to buy presents because it is a means to build stronger connections with the others. But on the other hand, people also dread buying gifts. So they're afraid of buying gifts because they worry, they have a fear that they will disappoint the others. So this is the thesis of the author, that gift giving creates contradictory feelings.